Okay, guys, we're gonna get started now. But first thing, usually when we every ceremony like this, every information thing like this, we always start with an opening prayer. So with that, I've offered tobacco to my father here, and he's gonna share an opening prayer with us.
Thank you, Darren. First of all, I'm going to explain a little bit about this tobacco that was given to me. Sorry about that, I have to get rid of that. Right at the start, when we were given our culture, we were shown things through dreams, through visions, and tobacco is one of the medicines that we received to use. And we have other medicines that we were given to from each direction in that. And we were told at that time, no matter what you do, no matter what happens, tobacco goes first. The reason for that is we were shown that when you light tobacco, when you burn it, the smoke goes up, and through some kind of miracle, the Creator, or God to you guys, will hear our words in that smoke, okay? So this morning, before I say my prayer, I'm going to explain what I'm going to say, because I will say it in my own language and you guys won't understand me. So I am going to be asking the Creator, or God, for good health for you guys, that everything goes well, and just so you'll know what I'm talking about, okay? So, because you won't understand me, because I will be praying in my own language. Okay then? Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you very much, Darren.
All right, so Mr. Headley here.
Well, welcome everyone to this beautiful morning, and I have an acknowledgement to make first. The town of Neepawa acknowledges that we are on Treaty 2 territory, and the land of which we gather is the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe,
Yeah.
Cree, Oji-Cree, Assiniboine, Dakota, and Dene peoples, and the homeland of the Métis Nation. So I too have tobacco for Mr. Musso. I'm offering you this tobacco for your guidance and help on our Indigenous Cultural Day. Now, before we get started here, today we have a special birthday for one of our drummers, Patrick. So we can all sing happy birthday to Patrick. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Patrick. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy your day.
How old are you? 19?
74.
He told me 65. Well, good morning, everybody. Nice to see you all. So what we're here to do today is to I hope spark your curiosity of us Anishinaabe people. It's a great thing that a great way that we live, especially us that do the powwow circles. And here, this is what you're here to learn, is a little bit about what powwow is about. It's a kind of a misconception. A lot of people, especially people that have not been to a powwow before, think that it's all prayer and ceremony, and it is. I mean, there's a lot of that there, but but it's actually a celebration, a place where us traditional Indian people or Anishinaabe people can get down and have fun, and get down with our bad selves and do some dancing. It's a lot of fun. It's a great way of life, and you know, these boys have been doing it longer than I have, and I've been in the powwow circle going on 29 years. So that's a long time, and you get to learn a lot about the culture, and you get to learn a lot about the people. But the biggest thing is learning about the people. A lot of these boys here, well, actually every one of them, I've adopted through the powwow. So I've got sons, I've got grandsons, you know, all through there. And we travel together as one big family. One huge family. But you know what, it's fun. It's a great time. I'm gonna trip over this cord. Don't laugh if I fall, okay? And you know, it's a great thing. As soon as their dancers are ready, they'll come over and tell me, and you're lucky. We got a young man back there, the name of, he's a DJ on our radio station, so he goes by the name of Smokin' Joe Lovaster. I mean, an excellent dancer. He wins in competitions all throughout Indian country. So you know, it's a great way of life. It's something that we're hoping to spark in you the curiosity to come out and see. 40 minutes northwest of here, we got a community called Rolling River. Everybody know where Rolling River is? Yeah. Well, they have one of the bigger traditional powwows. Talk to your parents. Come on out and just experience what the powwow is. You never see anybody mad. Everybody's smiling. We're all having a good time. You don't have to worry about things like drugs or alcohol, because those are strictly banned from one of our from our powwow circles. If you're noticed that someone is not right in the head, I'll call it, due to drugs or alcohol, they're asked to leave. They're escorted off the grounds, and it's something that is just not allowed. Smokin' Joe, you almost ready? All right, he's just getting ready. It takes a long time to get ready. So just like this morning, our powwows start the same way. We get a song sung called the Grand Entry Song. For your info, I'll let you the boys take over and give us one push-up of the Grand Entry Song so that they can hear what the Grand Entry is, and what that is the very first dance of the day. Everybody is given a pinch of tobacco to honor them for coming and dancing, because a lot of these people, they're dancing for their people, they're dancing for their families, they're dancing for good things, to get well. Just like the elder said, you know, gonna ask for nothing but good things, and that's what a lot of the powwow is about, is they're dancing for the people that are watching. So if you come there and you're not feeling the greatest, just come along and sit at the side of the arbor, and as the dancers are dancing, you'll feel the strength coming back to you. I mean, I know a lot of you might think it sounds like a lot of hocus pocus wonky stuff, but it's the truth. You know, I'm one of these guys. I used to be the scientific type. If you could see it, if you could feel it, it happened. But with the powwow and being at it as long as I have, I've seen things, I've felt things that you just can't explain through science. You know, like you have a jingle dress dancer, you're not feeling good, and you have a jingle dress dancer dancing beside her. You just bow and acknowledge her, and bang, just like that, you start to feel good. So with that, I'm going to ask just one push-up of the Grand Entry song. This is the song that everybody comes into. How about Isn't that a nice song? Cool, eh? Oh, you know what? You gotta forgive me. I actually forgot something. I'm out under a promise that I have to make a couple announcements before I started speaking, so I'm gonna have to ask Creator later to forgive me, but I got 2 messages. First off, and I know it might sound kind of funny, but the message behind this is quite important. How many of you have heard of Sabe, Sasquatch, Bigfoot? Yeah. Everybody? Right on, because she is actually one of my protectors. I mean, ooh. But yeah, and quite a while ago, she come with me with a message, and the message was, I was out. I used to hunt at my grandfather's farm. So I was out hunting for rabbits and prairie chicken and partridge, smaller game animals. And I come to down a familiar path, but I come to a block, like a roadblock. And behind it you could see things moving, big things moving. And I was wondering what's going on. And then all of a sudden the bush opened and Sabe, Sasquatch, Bigfoot, come walking out, and I was scared. I was so scared I lifted up my gun and I was ready to shoot. But the look on Sabe's face was so kind, so gentle. And she told me, Ishpigisis, that's my traditional name, Ishpigisis, and it means when the sun gets to the highest point in the sky. So anyways, she told me, Ishpigisis, she said, I got something for you to share. And it's very, very important. So I asked her, well, what is it? Still standing there with my gun ready, not really wondering what. But she says, but he told me, you know what? Mother is very sick. When we say mother, we mean Mother Earth. Mother is very sick. And behind that block there, he says, that's Mother's warriors. And she's so sick that she is going to unleash her warriors on the people, and the people are going to pay big time. So I didn't understand what she was telling me, and I kind of forgot about the dream. But then I've seen her 3 times. I've seen Sasquatch 3 times, and it reminded me of my story. And when I asked a elder what this was all about, he says, well, he says, you have to tell the people that you talk to, enough of this littering, enough polluting. We got to start looking after Mother, because if we don't, like I said, she's going to make us pay. So practice recycling, do what you have to do to not dirty Mother Earth anymore. Like I said, she's pretty much had it, and she's going to make us pay. And if you watch the news, you can see this is true. So remember, recycle and do what you can to keep Mother Earth clean, because without Mother Earth, she gives us everything we need to survive. Without her, you know, it's going to be a really rough road. So that's the first message. Keep Mother Earth clean, don't litter, recycle. The second message is kind of towards you young men. And I know you're a little young yet, but you know, it's a very important message as well. So you guys, you young warriors out there, take a look to your left and your right and look at the ladies that are sitting among you here today. Okay, now the important thing is those ladies are not there to cook for you. They're not there to clean for you. Okay? They're not there to be used and abused. They're there to continue on our species. Without them, there is no future for us. So treat them with love and respect. Always. Always put those ladies first. Okay? Because without them, we're not going anywhere. Alrighty? So that's the second message. And you know what? If you can't treat them with love and respect, leave them alone and let someone that will treat them with love and respect have them. All right, young guys, I mean, it does sound a little dark, but it's a very important message, and our women do not deserve to be mistreated. All right? All right, that's the two messages that I've been given. That's the two messages I've been given, and I'm under an oath or a promise to share those with everybody that I speak to when I speak with the mic. All right. So, anyways, they sang you the grand entry song. I'm just waiting, boys. Are you ready to give them a little bit of a showdown? All right, come in here, guys. So these are three of our dancers. I can't remember what this young grass dancer's name is. Sam? Yeah. And the next one is Mikey. And the last one there is the one and only Smokin' Joe. Boys, come up here. I know there's not much room, but I know you guys could dance in a shoebox if you needed to. So with that, boys. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, these guys are, like I said, Joe there, I've been to many powwows, and he's top-notch dancer, championship dancer. And you know what? Even though he's that good, he still comes out and he shares his dance, shares his stories with the people. He doesn't dance for money. He doesn't dance for anything else but to share with us. So, you know, Joe, thank you very much for that. And Sam and Mikey are the same thing. They don't compete for money. They just in there just to do what they can for us, to keep us healthy. So just a few seconds and then I can quit gabbing and they'll show you their stuff. And then we'll get into some funny stories. No, I'm just kidding. See, I know there's not much room, but it's really good to see them up close so you can see everything about them, their facial expressions, everything, because this is a lot of work, isn't it, Joe? It's a lot of work, and you got to think they're carrying about 30 pounds of extra regalia, we call it. So, I mean, it's not like they're wearing feathers, but they're not light. All right, boys, are you ready? Give us a good old straight song, so let these boys get down. Give us 4 push-ups, probably. Yeah. And I'll explain the types of dances later. I even brought a jingle dress this time so that you guys can see what a jingle dress is all about. Actually, no, did you want to put it on? You don't have to dance, but at least it'll show it. Okay, boys. It'll show them. Boy, they haven't lost a step, eh? Just as good as they now as they were when they were 12 years old. No, I'm just kidding. So that's two of our dance styles. The two with feathers, what we call bustles on their back, are traditional, and the one, this young man here, Sam, he's what we call a grass dancer. So when you go to a powwow, you'll notice that there's many different dancers. There's many different dance styles, but the seven most common are. Did anybody ever go to a powwow? Okay. Did you ever see the young ladies with the shawls, what we call them, draped over their shoulders, and they kick high? And well, that's a fancy shawl, also known as a butterfly dancer. And wow, those ladies are awesome. I mean, they're beautiful. They're young women. And do you know the reason why they dance the way they dance? And why most of them are the younger women? Anybody got a guess? Good try. That's close. But they dance like that because they're showing off. Honestly, they're showing off. Exactly. They're showing off because they're hoping to attract someone of the opposite sex to, to make a boyfriend-girlfriend thing. So that's, I mean, it's a beautiful style dance. But that's basically what it is the young ladies showing, look at me, look how beautiful I am. I'd be perfect for a wife for you. And then we get to our next style of ladies dance. I won't introduce the jingle dress dancer yet because I actually brought a jingle dress this time. But our older women, our mothers, our grandmothers, they dance a style as well. We call them women's traditional. And you'll notice that if you look at the regalia, they carry a blanket. They carry on their belts a knife. They wear a breastplate, and they dance stationary. And it's kind of like this. I mean, that's not half as good as what these ladies can, but they're a stationary dance, and they dance just like this. But that's because they're our women. They're our grandmothers, our mothers, grandmothers. So we don't have to. They've done enough work. They don't need to go out and show us their stuff anymore because I mean they've had kids. They did all the hard things already. So we kind of take it easy on them. And then there's another style dance, and it's called a jingle dress. This is one of the more important dances. This actually it's actually quite a new dance. It was. It come from Ontario, a place called Northwest Bay, eh? Northwest Bay. Oh, Whitefish Bay, sorry. But it come at a time when this lady named Maggie White noticed that her people were suffering big time. There was sickness going through her community. There was all kinds of bad things going through her community. So at night she offered up her tobacco and asked, how can I make my people better? And this jingle dress was shown to her. It has snuff tin lids to make noise, but it's one of our most sacred healing dances. And remember when I said if you feel bad and you see a jingle dress dancer, to give her a little bit of tobacco or even go up and say hi, and you start feeling better? Well, that's the power of these jingle dresses. At times at a powwow, we'll shut the powwow down and allow people to have the jingle dress dancers dance around them because they're very sick. And it's all part of healing, or dance over a blanket and wrap the blanket around the sick person. But that's all part of healing, and it's all part of the power of not only the women, but the jingle dress dancer in particular. So with that, will you come out here? Okay, boys. No, I'm just kidding. I promised her I wouldn't make her dance. But you see, this is what the jingle dress that dress looks like. She didn't put the belt on, but that's okay. And she's not carrying a fan, but that's okay for our purposes here today. This is what the jingle dress dance. Yes, sir. Does she? Right on, that's good. And you see, the dress is really significant. Like, not only does it weigh about 20 pounds, can you imagine dancing in 30-degree heat for 8 hours in this thing? 20 pounds. That's just like having a 10-pound bag of potatoes strapped around your neck and made to jump around, because it's not a slow dance by any means. They really get out there and give her. I wish I still had my legs. I'd be able to show you, but anyways, if you notice, if you ever have time, on that dress, there's 365 jingles on that dress. 365. I heard it. Who? Exactly. Each jingle for every day of the year. But not only that, there's the one jingle on that dress that represents every medicine that Mother Earth has given us. That's why the power of this dress is so significant, is because it represents every medicine that Mother Earth has given us. And you know, it's a great thing to watch these ladies move. And like I said, imagine strapping 2 10-pound bags of potatoes around your neck and jumping around all day in 30-degree heat. So it takes a lot of strength, a lot of endurance. So those of you young men who think you are all big, bad, and you try dancing that dance for one day and you'll be humbled. Believe me, I've been there, done that, tried it. Like with my job as arena director, I have to know all these styles of dances. And I do. The only thing is, with the bad knees and ankles, I can't do them anymore. Or boy, I would have given you a show. So that's our ladies dancers. And the men dancers are basically kind of the same. There, you guys be good. You guys be good. That's one thing you'd notice at Powwow too, when you come out, is that no one's ever serious. We tease each other. Oh, we tease each other awful. Some people would think, well, why are you not insulted by something that he said? Well, because it's all in fun. We're having fun. I mean, Patrick, it's his birthday today, but isn't he one of the ugliest guys you've ever seen? Yes. What's that? I'm sorry.
Let's play down.
Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah. So where was I now? You remember?
I have no idea.
Why, you weren't listening? No, I'm just kidding. I know, right? So, anyways, that's our ladies. Yeah, we're at the men. Yeah, we're at the men, and the men too. They have different styles. 2 here that we have today, and I'll call them out when it's their turn. But we also, you remember we had the women's fancy, the girls' fancy. Remember well, we also have a men's fancy, and they're very, very similar to those guys there, except for, you see the bustles? The men actually wear 2. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they actually wear 2 bustles, and like the women's fancy, their moves are high kicking and 100 miles an hour and, you know, just non-stop. And they're young men, so why are the young men dancing like that? Exactly, they're showing off to the ladies because they're interested. They're at that time where they want to find a partner as well. But more than that, and I'll explain this later. Okay, and then we got the chicken dance style. I know it sounds like you run to KFC and get a bucket of chicken, but no. These guys are quite similar to the grass dancer right here, Sam. They're really similar to Sam, except for their aprons are a little bit shorter. They carry different style, and the dance is a little different. They emulate the prairie chicken. Oh, so have anybody ever seen or heard a prairie chicken yeah? Have you ever seen a prairie chicken dance? No? You never heard of have you ever heard of prairie chicken dancing? Yeah, they make that sound. Well, that's actually them stamping on the ground. And the chicken dancers emulate that prairie chicken, and they do it a very good. So they stomp like a prairie chicken. So that's that style. And then we get Sam. You want to come out here? So we also get grass dancers. They're a little bit more fancier than the men's traditional. I shouldn't say that, but you know, they're a little bit different. They're a little bit quicker, maybe sometimes, depending on age, eh, Sam? A little bit quicker, but they do their things, and they do their things greatly. You guys, you want to give us a good old grass dance style? And Sam, if you don't mind, you want to give us a show of what you do? Just one push-up, boys. Wasn't that a good dance? Yeah, he's good at it, isn't he? Yes, sir. There is a lot of spinning around. Yep, that's because, like I said, they're kind of a more fancier style than the men's traditional that are coming up in a few seconds. Sam, the young lady here is asking if you ever get dizzy from all that spinning around. No, he doesn't get dizzy. He's been at it a long time. He's a young man, but he's been doing it a heck of a long time. If I remember correctly, I started watching you at about this high, eh? Maybe even this high. Like I said, I've been around a long time. So that's his that's his style of dance. Now our next ones are the men's traditional. That's those two men over there. Those are the kind of like the higher up, the more elite of the powwow dance group. And them too. Like they've got stories to tell. You gotta watch them. And if you don't understand, ask. So with that, I'll give the floor to them, and they'll demonstrate our stuff. Well, let's go through first, and then we'll do the third one after, because I want to explain the significance of each song. So what? So there. Check. Okay, so they're going to do a couple of their dances. They have many different dances in their repertoire as well. So we'll let them do. I'm not sure what they're going to do, but they'll dazzle you. All right, boys. He's been wrapped in mics all over the place. Can you hear me okay? Wow, hey guys. This is what we call our warriors dance, our men's traditional dance. And these two, I've watched them for years too, and they're great at it, excellent at it. What do you think of that? That's a good dance, eh? Those boys are awesome. Boogie, I'm way over here. I'm standing with the kids. You want to, Joe? You guys want to show them a sneak up? Okay, this is another style of the men's traditional dancers. Now pay attention, there's a story behind these dances. And there's these people, these two dancers are showing you something. because I'm going to ask you questions after, see what you've seen. All right? So this is kind of a test to see how attentive you're being. Mandy, is that you? Oh no. Okay. So yeah. So with that, once these boys are ready, they'll come out in the middle again, and we'll show you what a sneak up is about. And remember, pay attention because I'm going to ask questions. And you thought you'd be out of school. I know, but it's going to be a simple test. How many miles is it to Mars? No, okay, all right, it looks like these boys are ready. So, all right, with that, boys, you want to show them what a sneak up is about? And remember, kids, I'm going to ask questions, and one of the answers in the name of the song, so, woohoo. All right, boys, let's go. Oh, boys, good job, good job. Now the test. So what were these two boys trying to tell you?
I don't know.
Any guesses? What's that? You gotta really yell, my boy, I can't hear them. They're hunting something? They're which? Oh, they're looking for something. Exactly. Yeah. Well, Joe was telling us that he was out in the bush and he was looking for tracks of some game animals, and he found them and he got up and chased them. The other guy, Mikey, raise your hand. His story was a little bit different. He said when he got up in the afternoon and was hungry, he went around looking for bologna sandwiches. No, I'm just kidding. They were both telling the same story, but in different ways. But you see, and that's another thing about Papa. It's all about having fun. We tease each other awful, but I mean, it's good. So, you remember I was telling you about Sam and the grass dancers here? Sam, will you come out here so that they can be remembered? Not only is his style of dance different, but his place in the military hierarchy of our people is a little bit different as well. And his job is a little bit different as well. Way back in the days when our people would move from place to place, campsite to campsite, it was Sam and his brother grass dancer's job to go ahead of everybody. They would go ahead of everybody, and they would find us a good camping spot, someplace where they thought had everything we needed to survive there. And you'll notice that in his dance, because he lifts his legs up high. You know, when he's lifting his legs up high like that, what he's doing is he's emulating pushing the grass down. That's why he's called a grass dancer. Pushing the grass down, leveling it for that when the camp showed up, they knew exactly where to go. They knew where all the best ground was, because him and his brethren were there already and picked out the camp spot. And in the military aspect of things, his job was different too. He's one of the guys that would go out and kind of the advanced scouting party, the very first wave of warriors. So if you decided to come and attack us, the first ones you'd run into was Sam and his boys, and they were fierce, very fierce. A lot of them still, like Sam doesn't, but a lot of them wear armbands here with long ribbons on it. And what they would do is they'd pin themselves to the ground, and they would say, "This ground is mine. If you want it, you know, you got to go through me to get it." And a lot of them would lay down their lives in that way. But we don't do that anymore, thank goodness. But that doesn't mean that the need for the grass dancer is gone, because they still go ahead of the tribe, and they still find the best camp spots they can. So with that, yeah, that's what I know about the grass dancers. I know it's not lots, but it'll get you curious. And then the two back there, Mikey, Joe. Thanks, Sam. You can have yourself a drink of water. Anybody got a bologna sandwich? He's hungry. So these two are what we call men's traditional dancers. And on the hierarchy of things, these would be more like the generals, the majors, the admirals, the higher up in the military order. If you decided to attack us and you got through our grass dancers, our first line of defense, then you'd have to deal with these guys. And these guys were even more mean than the other ones. If you notice, Joe, show me your war club. Now, how would you like to get hit on the noggin with that thing? It wouldn't feel good. Well, you probably wouldn't feel it, but it sure wouldn't be a good thing. And you know, it's something that back then we needed to do, not from non-Anishinaabe people, but from other tribes like the Lakota, the Dakota, the Sioux, the two Sioux tribes, the Cree tribes. We used to have wars in between our tribes either. It wasn't all fun and games, wasn't all peace like the way it is now. But yeah, you'd run into these two. And this one here in particular with the feathers on his hat, if you got through Joe, you'd have to go through these guys. These guys were more right in the camp, right at the edge of the camp. They'd watch us when we slept. That's what their job was, to keep us safe and our last line of defense. And I mean, like, thank God we don't have to do it anymore, but that's the three different, that's a dog soldier, that's a men's traditional, and that's a men's grass. So the dog soldiers are the wicked ones, the really wicked ones, and you can tell. So that's basically what the dance styles are about. And you know, we go through the powwow, and like I say, a lot of the big misconception is that it's a big traditional holy thing, and it does have traditional and you know, prayers. Yes, sir. Joe, how long does it take you to get ready? 45 minutes. So he needs 45 minutes to get from his street clothes into that.
Half the time.
It takes him half the time. So he's a little bit quicker, but yeah, so it takes quite a while. And like I was saying, like there is ceremonial aspects to the powwow, but all over and everything that it's about is about having fun, about getting together, and about becoming friends. I mean, any of you just feel free. If I'm ever at Tim Hortons, as you see me, come give me a slap on the back and say, "Hi, Darren." And I'll say hi. I probably won't remember your name because I can't remember what day I was born. But you're more than welcome to come up to any of us at any time and say hello. That's what it's all about, meeting people. Hi. It's about meeting people. It's about having fun. And it's a great thing. It's a great life. It's something that we want to share with you. So in the summertime, Rolling River, like I said, is 40 minutes northwest of here. Come on out. I'll be there. These two will be there. The drum will be there. So it's not like you're coming to a bunch of strangers. You all know us now. Come on out and watch, participate if you feel like it. The sound of the drum is very, very addictive. I found that, like, I got an uncle that's, I don't know, he's, how would you explain Uncle Stanley? He's not a very outgoing guy. He's laid back. He wants to, he never want to get involved, stuff like that. But he come out to our powwow once, and he sat around for a couple hours, and you know what? In about 2 hours, he was up there dancing with everybody else. Unbelievable. I almost dropped, because that's not him. He's Stan Asham, and he sits and does his own thing. So. When we get caught in the rain? Is that what you're asking? Do they ever get caught hot in those clothes? Well, if you look at Joe closely, he's sweating. And like this little dance that they've done here today was what, 8 push-ups? Try doing 800 in a day. These boys will get on the dance floor at 1 o'clock at grand entry time and not get off the floor until midnight when we decide to shut it down. And for these guys it's hard, but for the woman especially, in that dress wears 20 pounds. And the person that wears that dress, my granddaughter, she'll get in it and she'll stay in it all day. She'll dance in it all day, and it doesn't matter whether it's 10 degrees or 35 degrees. I mean, I feel sorry for them. They just sweat and they're hot, but you're dancing for the people, right, Joe? Like, he's dancing for all of you. He's dancing. If you're sick, he's dancing for you. And that's what the powwow is about. It's about healing people, keeping people well, bringing people together. That's what powwow is about, is friendship. And now, and after today, and seeing all your faces, you're all my friends. Yeah, every one of you. Like I said, come and give me a slap on the back and say, "Hi, Darren." Don't use Mr. Musso because that's him. But come and say hi. I mean, we're not going to bite. I mean, Patrick can't bite. He's got no teeth. Sorry, Pat. It's Pick on Pat Day. It's his birthday. So, yeah. So, it's all about having fun, having a good time. So, and one thing, too. If you do come out to a powwow, don't be surprised if you're invited to a campsite for something to eat. Because a traditional powwow, that's all about having fun, dancing, and eating. I used to powwow without my wife. My partner wasn't into it yet. But I could go to a powwow and come home stuffed and not take anything. Why? Because the people, you walk past their camp, hey, Darren, come in for a meal. And the heck of it is, if you say, oh, no, that you may as well have slapped the woman in the face. I honestly, if you turn down a meal that an Anishinaabe woman has prepared and offered you, that's the biggest insult that you could ever bestow upon that woman, is to say, no, I'm not hungry, or no, thank you. If you're offered, say thank you, and try to choke it down. And you don't have to choke it down. Every food out there is great. Like, have you ever tried elk stew and hot bannock? Oh my goodness. That well, I wish I could, but I didn't bring no elk or fried but they're making bannock back there. My granddaughters are back there, or my daughter-in-law is back there helping making bannock. So in a bit you're gonna get some. And like I said, it's great stuff. So with that, I mean that kind of explains the powwow and the spirit of the powwow and the friendship of the powwow. Now, do we have any questions? But before you ask, remember you have to yell loud. I'm half deaf. The doctor says I'm going to be stone deaf by 60, which is only 4 years away. So yell at me as loud as you can so I can hear you. I didn't eat breakfast either, so I wish those cooks would hurry up. Yes, sir.
I'm really hungry.
I'm really hungry too. Like I said, they better make that bannock quick.
To the class.
You want to go to the class? Oh boy. I like bannock too. It's one of the greatest things. I'm sorry, my girl. You're going to have to come up here or yell really, really loud. Yes, bannock is really, really good. My favorite food? Deer stew and fresh fried bread, fried bannock. Yeah, I love it too. Yes, sir. What Indigenous group am I? I'm Anishinaabe. It actually, that's our term for it. The non-Anishinaabe term for us is Soto or Chippewa. But we're Anishinaabe.
What is your favorite dance?
What is my favorite dance? Oh, that's kind of a hard question to answer because I like them all, but if I had to choose a favorite, it would be the men's traditional. I was asked once to judge a men's traditional contest, and that was it. I told them no more. I'm not judging this. I'm not participating in this because no, there's just too many good dancers out there. Oh yeah, we got lots of other food. We got prairie chicken, we got partridge, rabbit, deer, elk, moose, fish. We eat anything.
Daniel, something in you. Oh my.
My least favorite food? I don't know if I have a least favorite food. I like eating. I like lots of stuff.
I like eating as well.
Well, it's just like getting dressed. They have to do it step by step. You know, if you watch them close, I don't know about Joe, but when I get ready from the bottom up, and then get dressed from the top down. Yeah, so I don't know if Joe does it. I don't know if Mikey does it the same way. We all got our own way. That's another thing about the powwow. There's no set rule. If it feels good, do it. How old am I? 56. No, I'm 56. Guess how many grandchildren I have?
69.
Well, I've heard as little as 2 and as much as 100. No, I've got 30 grandchildren, 32 grandchildren, and 7 great-grandchildren. 32. Yep. But, but I know it sounds like a lot, and it is a lot, and at 56 it's kind of a surprise, wouldn't you think, to have 30 grandchildren? And 7 great-grandchildren at 56? Sounds like a lot, but you know what? Through the powwow, because everybody is so close and everybody is so, just like a family, I've adopted many sons. Like, Wookie, raise your hand. That's one of my sons. That's one of my grandsons, Blaine. Another one of my sons is back there, William. And Patrick, too. How come he's called Wookie? It's just a nickname. Yeah. But you see, through the powwow, you start loving and accepting your close friends as your family. So although there is no real blood between me, William, and Darren, the heart is there. I love them like my own 2 sons. I only have 2 sons. And I love them just as much as I love my other sons. They know all their kids call me Grandpa. Oh, well, you don't have to be shy. I've been facing that way. Anybody got any questions here? Yes, sir. What's my favorite restaurant? Oh, it'd have to be Mr. Mike's in Dauphin. I love a good steak. Winnipeg Jets. Are those real feathers? They are. This is off an eagle. And he's one of our how would you say it? Higher up spiritual helpers, one of the bosses, one of the greatest helper we have. So we really respect these. When something like this is dropped or a feather is dropped, we stop down everything and we pick it up with prayer and with dance. So it's he big. I'd let you see it, but like I said, it's so important. If you drop it, I'd have to give it away. Okay, yeah. Could we get the boys out here? I've been told by Yvonne to shut up. No, I guess there's other events and fun things for you guys to do. So I've been told to show another dance and then let you guys get to that. I hope you didn't take my picture, man, because that won't work after you're done with me. All right. So with that, hey boys. How about a duck and dive? And then I'll explain a little bit the significance of the duck and dive, and then we'll let them go on to their storytelling. Hey?
Looks like cookie. It's like bad. Yeah, I want to wash my hands by it. Guys, I want to wash my hands. Okay.
awesome, eh? That song in particular is called A Duck and Dive. Anybody know why it's called A Duck and Dive? Well, close, but way back in the day when the visitors were coming from Europe and Spain and France and all that, and they didn't like us very much, and they'd want to go to war. Well, what our warriors would do is we'd stand up and go, because they only had muskets, they had one shot. So while we're standing up, they aim, they fire, we duck, and then away we go, we attack. So we weren't all that crazy, but you know, we know what we were doing. So Yvonne's given me the shut it down sign. So one thing about powwow, if you do go, and please do try to get to, there's this word I want you to remember. It's called intertribal, and that's the ultimate expression of friendship. And I'm going to show you that right now. Everybody rise, please. Everybody rise, please. Watching how the young men here and stuff are doing their dance, right? It's just 1, 2, 1, 2. You guys can do that, right? Okay, boys, intertribal. Let's go 2. Let's go 2 times with our new friends. So everybody dance with us. 1, 2, 1. It's not hard. And you know what you're doing? You're saying, you're my friend and I'm your friend. And that's what it's all about, being friends. So join us, even back there, even if you're shy. You know, don't be shy. This is an expression of friendship. Yeah, we're showing that you are friends now. And you're, by dancing, participating, are showing us that you're our friend. So join us, come on in and dance. It's very easy, see? Right? Yeah. Almost over, but like I said, we're out here with making friends. So when you come to a powwow and you hear intertribal, you don't have to be dressed up like one of those. You can wear your street clothes. The real reason behind the intertribal is making friends. So like I said, we're dancing together, we're having fun. Don't be shy to come talk to me if you see me on the street or catch me at Tim Hortons. Because it's all about being friends, and now you're my friend, and now I'm your friend. Now we're friends. All right, with that, thank you. Good job. You know, we were here a little while last year, and we didn't have half as many of you support. Get up and you're welcome. So with that, I believe Yvonne wants us to shut down. They got some activities for you. I'm not 100% sure where. Hey, you guys want to shake it? Come over this way. Look, you start there. Before you go, we're gonna say thank you to the dancers. So if you could just file past the dancers and shake hands. And make sure you say thank you.
That is honoring residential school survivors, celebrating Indigenous culture, strength, and resiliency. All of my paintings have words underneath them that you don't see when the painting is done. So they're like a secret, hidden message, wish, prayer that's inside of all of my paintings. So I already did that part. That part is on the painting already. It's actually the words of a Richard Wegmy's poem about residential school, and he's an Indigenous author. So we are going to cover this painting up with your orange handprints today, and then I'm going to add the rest of my painting on top of it. Okay, so you are going to, in a minute, not yet, you're going to form a line, and you're just going to put your hand out and keep your fingers together. So I'm going to put the paint on there. Do not touch anything else but the painting with your painted orange hand. Once your hand is painted, you're gonna stamp it down on here anywhere. Doesn't matter which direction, doesn't matter where it goes, if it's touching another handprint, anywhere goes. And we put mold? Perfect. Just one big one.
In the center.
Wherever you want.
Is that why you were gone?
There we are.
Okay, come wash over here.
Doesn't wake up. Not washed.
I tried the course.
It's like Fanta.
What?
It's like very orange.
No, we give Denzel the
bottom so you can get paint.
You break the. And then you have to do it by yourself.
Someone finish my Among Us.
Oh. Guys, I'm gonna go back in my house.
Is that water cold now or is it still warm?
Cold.
Anywhere on there, yeah.
Cold.
Water makes me cold. Hey. I'm tired.
Okay.
I was gonna do
Water gets colder.
Yeah, just to make one.
What's bannock?
Bannock is food.
Foil.
That's what you thought I cooked.
If you don't, for us, if we didn't have bread, we would make bannock.
Spider.
So what you do is, add a teaspoon of oil, mix it with flour. You knead it all together to make sure there's no lumps. No lumps.
I think
Okay, you add a tablespoon of baking powder.
So this.
And just a little bit of the salt.
Little?
Yeah.
How much is little bit?
Just like a quarter of a teaspoon. Mix it up all together.
Sorry.
Make a little hole in the middle. And then add the water.
Cold water.
Not all of it. Just enough to get rid of most of the flour. Mix them.
Cold water because it's inside a hole.
Cold water.
Guys, I made holy water. I just burned the hell out of it.
Holy water?
That's not how it works. The most dad joke I've ever heard.
You gotta just add a little so it's not dry.
It has to be hydrated.
Like this.
Yeah, I'm just trying
You guys are gonna eat it once.
We're gonna eat it before it cooks. Yeah, eat this right now, bro.
Okay,
You eat it right now. It probably tastes like noodles.
Oh, is it done?
you just mix it all together.
We never made bread.
Like a dough.
Yeah,
Knead it like a dough.
Can you make pizza with it?
No.
I do.
Bannock pizza.
Yeah.
It sounds like
That sounds
You know I'm making candy.
ultra yummy.
Candy mess.
Put flour on the
Flour. Whoa. I don't
dough,
know.
and then you mix
Whoa.
it
So
all
this dough
together.
feel like feels like
One,
dough.
touch it.
Do you guys wash your hands?
Bread. Whoa, it feels so weird.
Well, we touched the grass.
Once you get old enough, you'll be able to feel it.
Yeah.
Does it feel edible?
How do you feel something that's edible? Like
See, how you feel something's edible is you put it in your mouth, and if you die, it's not edible. If you live, it
Get
is.
the foil.
If I die. Aluminum.
Why do you need aluminum?
Because I'm cooking over the fire.
I love fire.
Deep fried.
I almost burned my house down.
Well, over the fire, I almost burned. You put it in the oven, you put it on for 400 and it cooks for about 20-25 minutes until it's golden brown.
So that's what we do if we don't have a fire.
Yeah. You just flatten it out.
They're so flat.
It's so good.
I'm gonna slap it pretty.
What do you use this for?
Pardon me? That's, I mixed it in the middle, in the beginning, to knead it.
You won't be able to eat the
That's sad.
Yep.
Can we eat it?
How much do you usually take a serving?
It doesn't matter how much
Raw dough tastes like. Is it edible right now?
it's filling.
Yeah.
Well, what's the filling? Is it edible right now?
Like it.
Have you tasted raw dough before?
It's not like bread where you have to keep having a sandwich to get full.
Can we eat it right now?
Yeah.
No. Is it edible right now? I mean, we could.
Right now,
Probably get sick.
Watch that yogurt.
What if I exploded?
How's it?
Oh, this fire.
I want to touch it. I want to put it down. I love love. My body stopped. No, actually, the bannock is silly. Like your hand. We don't talk very well. Like now?
I think 10:45. Now I got to turn it over. It's 11:20.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
so apparently there's bannock up there ready for, the house.
It doesn't really look like this. It's over the fire, that's why. But in the oven, it's good.
Okay, grade 7, over here. There is some we can try if you want to get in a nice line, and you can take one piece each.
That one is dry bannock.
Come on this side, guys, and Miss Jarvis will help you out. Okay? I have napkins.
So, you're doing the bannock making here. So, can you tell us something about this? How, like, the ingredients of the
Well, I was taught how to. My grandma taught me when I was 8.
When you were 8,
Yeah,
okay.
so I was making bannock already, and
Oh, okay.
it's just like if you don't want to have bread because there's too much yeast in bread. So we make the bannock, we get the flour.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's not as because they say white bread is a little bit fattening, but this it helps. It gets and bannock gets you full faster. So if you just have a piece in it, you just like it. Even if you make a sandwich, you're full because it's.
A lot of women won't share their
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to say it. I'm just used to.
Yeah, so you just use the
I'm
the
just used
fire,
to,
yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that,
Yeah, I'm just.
yeah. What do you put on the
I put flour,
yeah.
oil,
Yeah.
salt, baking powder, and I just use warm water.
Oh, okay.
Oh, ma'am.
So how do you know when it's
That's I get
ready?
I got chocolate.
Oh, you're just okay.
Okay, this one's done.
This is absolutely delicious, by the way.
Yeah, because you just cook it on both sides, so when it's done. As long as you check the middle.
Yeah. It didn't take very long, like less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, because it's on the fire, but in the oven, it takes about half an hour.
On 400, you
Yeah.
said?
It goes
Oh, me please. Thank you so much.
Okay, that's a big one.
First Nation people can only sing around and drum. No, you can't. Anybody can sing around and drum. You just have to be willing to learn to sing.
About the ladies, some ladies they sing like a guy sing here on the drum. Some ladies they sing
Backup singers, the woman's voices are so, they sound pretty beautiful in the background.
They're called canaries. It's like a bird.
Yeah, it's like a bird, you know.
Yeah, jingle whistle.
When they have those calls, we were asked to do. It's an honor. When we ask to sing, when some of our people are very sick, when you hear that, it means we honor the whistle around the drum.
sometimes we have four dancers. Even though a fan call. We have a lot of jingle dancers that do a lot of fan calls around the drum. And we honor that too also around the drum. So we're asking for healing, and we do, when they ask you nicely, and we have to prepare ourselves for that kind of calls. So.
Continue to keep our culture away from other nationalities of people, like share it with them. So that's what we do now, share it with whoever wants to.
Yes.
What do the colors on
The four directions.
Four directions. Four directions, yes.
So like north, south, east, west?
Yeah. Yes. Yes, do you have a question?
Oh, I have the same question.
Oh, okay, yes.
Is there like a lead singer?
Yes, yes. Sometimes we have one, sometimes we have four, sometimes most of us know how to do leads.
Yeah.
Some of our gentlemen, like for example, us older guys that sing around the drum.
Yeah.
We have younger ones. Like sometimes we get tired and we point a lead, who's gonna do the leads, and there's four leads.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very cool.
Do we have any more questions? Come on, don't be shy. Don't be shy.
What if you hit it and then when you bring the stick back, you let go and it goes
Then you lose it.
Sometimes, some of our drumsticks too, when we have them, it's like quite a while of years, sometimes you see there's little accidents happen during power. You see some of those coming off, and you're gonna have to put the stick away and grab a different one. So
yes, like these things, they'll come off if they're not sewn on there right, if they're not tight enough. Sometimes that tip will go flying. You gotta watch it too when it goes flying, because if it goes flying, you can hit the singer across.
Singer across, or somebody in the crowd. Yes, because
or they can break in half too.
Yep.
If they're old, they can have.
Has anyone ever broken a drum?
Yes, you can see a lot of that.
You can't break a drum. They are powerful to sing, but you can break the drum if one or two of the singers are either intoxicated or they're high on drugs, because that drum is it's like a grandfather drum. They don't like when somebody is either intoxicated or high on drugs. It kind of gets mad at that person, and it kind of leaves the drum. That spirit leaves that drum, and that drum cracks, and then that drum's not good. And you gotta, even if sometimes if the spirit won't come back. So if it doesn't come back, you can put new hides on it, and it won't sound as good because that person already ruined that spirit already left the drum.
Is there any kind of care that you need to do for the drum? Like, do you have to oil the hide? No, my glitter's
gone! Sometimes you have to water it.
Water.
It's just like you know how we drink water?
Any other questions? What's that little thing on the drum over there?
This one here?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's called a sage. That's a smudge. We can try to smudge ourselves. So we start singing and stuff.
Have you gone to the panic making one? That's actually my wife there in the black.
I wrote down her recipe. Step by step.
Still a recipe from our community.
This is my brother here.
I know. Have any of you ever lost your voice while you were singing?
Oh yes, all the time.
Yes, all the time.
You know what? The thing is, when you lose your voice, it only goes away for a period of time, but it comes back. Like what we usually do is we usually drink like tea, a herbal tea. That always helps. So it only lasts about 2 or 3 days, and then the voices come down, and you're just as strong as you were before you lost it. But it happened.
So if you keep drinking lots of hot fluids, you'll have your voice. Some days too, they extend powwows. Like you'll have a 1-day rest, and you gotta go host the next powwow, you know, during the week. Some of them hit during the week, like weekend, during the week, then weekend. So we did a lot of that in our traveling. So
this is like with us here, the 6 of us sitting here. This is not like our full drum group here. We have like some guys that are not here with us today, but we do have 2 drums, like this one, and then this drum. But we're all family. Like we all sing on those 2 drums. Taking the powwows. Half will sing on one drum and half will sing on the other, because we do have enough singers. Because we're all family here, you know. Like this is my brother Patrick, my brother Dan, my brother William. These are my 2 sons here playing, and Stewie. They call him Stewie, just like on the cartoon. Even though he doesn't have a shape just like that, but they call him Stewie.
Usually how many singers or drummers are around?
You can have as many as 16, 20. We had our own drum group, we used to be called Two Feathers. With our old drum group, we had 16 guys. And on the drumming, we had a 36-inch drum.
A big drum.
But now that drum group has, our old drum group has went their own ways, separate ways, so we're not singing together now.
Ceremonies, like you just seen the powwow, that is a ceremony. That's one of the ceremonies we were shown through dreams. Said you will do this. And we're doing it, like you can see we're doing it, it's getting bigger. Because at one time it was not allowed. We weren't allowed to do this. They figured it was evil. It was an evil thing we were doing back then. But it's something very beautiful. I am a dancer myself. I dance powwow. I'm a traditional dancer. And when I go out there to dance, I dance for you guys. I dance for the people that are sick. I dance for the people that are in jail. I dance for the people that cannot come out and enjoy our activities like this. That's what I dance for. Even though a lot of times I am old, I am 77 years old, but I will still go out there and dance in a real hot day. Sweats, tired, but I don't mind because I'm doing it for people. I'm doing for the sick. I'm doing it for the people that went wrong. And I ask the Creator to help these people see which is the right way and the wrong way, and to choose the right way. This is how I dance. That's why I dance. And to answer your question, how do we communicate with nature? We really don't we don't go and talk to animals or something. We don't really, it wouldn't, no, we don't really communicate with, say, like, you know, to a deer, talk to it and stuff. No, we do not do that. If you heard that, and then it's not really true. So anyway, I hope that answers you a little bit. Does anybody else want to know anything else?
Anybody have questions?
Yes.
How old are you?
I am 77. I'm still young. I'm very, very grateful that I'm in this shape. I have a lot of friends that are younger than me. They're on wheelchairs, they're on crutches. Me, I don't need those because I was gifted with a good health, and I say thank you to the Creator for that.
What can we call you?
Pardon?
What can we call you?
What do they call me? My name? Okay, we'll go back to my traditional name is Kie Tinopines. Kie Tinopines. In English, you say Northern Thunderbird. Kie Tinopines, Northern Thunderbird. My Christian name is Franklin. Everybody calls me Franklin. Okay? My first name is Stanley, but everybody calls me by my second name. The guy that was doing the MC there, that's my son. See, that's my boy. So he's got 30 grandchildren, and these are my... Oh, by the way, I am a great-great-grandfather. 5 generations. It's me. I had my daughter. She had a girl, which is my granddaughter. My granddaughter had a baby, had kids. Those are my great-granddaughters. My great-granddaughter had a baby, so it's great-great-granddaughter. And I'm proud to say there's not very many of us that way. Like, you know, there's not very many great-great-grandfathers. So, anyways, anything else? What? Okay.
So how many grandchildren do you have in total?
if I count all the adopted ones, like through powwow, my son, that was the MC, said he had 30. Well, he's got maybe like blood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 8. But through adoption, all the guys in like all the guys in the powwow trail, everybody calls me grandpa. So therefore they're my grandchildren. So but my very own, my kids, my grandchildren and their children, I think maybe I have 16. So there's quite a few of us.
I have a question.
Did you guys wanted to hear a story, or do you guys want to ask something else? Yes.
Do you remember all names?
I am sorry, my girl.
Do you remember all names, all your grandchildren?
The great
children.
Do you remember their names?
Their names.
Hey?
Do you remember all their names?
Boy.
You don't have to tell us them all.
Maybe I'll give you my very first grandchild, whose name was Darren. Just like that. And my last one, my very last grandchild's name was it's a hard name nowadays. Old time, a long time ago, it used to be Mary. It used to be all names like that, but now they all sound weird to me. Kalani. Her name is Kalani. That's my great-great-grandmother.
I have a question for you. The children have been learning lots about residential schools. Did you have to attend a residential school?
Residential school. It is sometimes hard to talk about it, but it's okay. It's okay. It is a very, very sad story of what happened to our children. I was lucky. I had never went to a residential school. I don't know how they ever missed me and my brother. There was 2 of us in our family.
It'll take a bit.
You don't need another knot. You got lots.
Oh, look, you got it.
Okay. Let's do the next step.
Like this?
Which is that right there.
Yeah, make sure it's in the center though, like this.
Yeah, don't get it through.
Uh-oh! Did I just drop my thing?
What do I do next? My knot is super weak.
Don't do that!
But so what you do here? It's
Okay.
put it through right there, so you can put it like this. Make sure it's level. It doesn't have to be right near the thing.
Now you can add your color.
Okay, now you can start using the needle.
Like 3 needles.
Hold the whole thing right up to your knot.
But always holding on to just
Okay,
so
yep,
they don't
now,
surprise my
now.
fingers. And make sure it looks like, and you can put this part. What am I doing? Okay.
Now do I go
Like that. Make sure it looks like that.
Myself, but it's fine.
Like this?
I like
Okay.
so.
Oh, that. Does this okay?
Go on much more and then bring your needle back through that hole again. Which is that center.
Oh, I went into the other one.
Oh no, you like. What I do is when I grab them,
What do I do now?
for example, when I grab them like this, right?
What do I do now?
Put the needle back
Then you let the needle, like
That's
let
okay,
the
you don't
beads
have to
fall
put it through.
back. Like you let
Then the
them fall
needle
down
goes
like
back
that.
through where you had it before. Isn't that not exactly?
Do I have it like this and pull? Do I go through wrap it around and
Sure.
then pull?
You have to add more beads. So like
go.
3 needles full.
Yeah, you put beads on it, right?
1,
Got it yet there, buddy?
2.
Now, can you pull it all the way through again?
Yeah. Let me know when you have your beads set like
I
this.
think you got it turning
Like
back
that.
through it. And you go back through the, go back through again. Yeah, pull it tight though, I think.
Like this?
Like that. You can add a little bit more.
That's a spider crawling up your arm.
Okay, we got a couple there. So now hang on to the end and just let those beads fall down.
Let me know when you're ready. You can have it like that.
What do we do next? Grab it again. I got it in here. And then I'll get your beads.
So, which dance is your favorite to watch?
I don't really.
Sorry?
I don't really see one.
No? Okay.
I don't know which one.
No? So, if you were watching, did you like the grass dance, the one where fancy moves, or did you like the one where... No? You don't remember? That's okay. Alright. What about you back here? Yeah, but what was your favorite one? Yeah? Grass dance? Yeah.
Pass it around. This is a fan. Sometimes it gets too hot for us to dance, so the fan is so too warm to dance. So it's actually getting a little hot for you. That's why I put on the vest. Yeah, the vest is pretty heavy. This is a bald eagle ring fan that came from BC. This is one of my best trades. I traded this for eagle bone like this, but it was longer. He said he didn't want it cut, he just wanted natural, so I traded that
So if you have questions about any dancers or any part of our regalia that you want to know more about. Here we have what's called a porcupine headdress. So this is made out of porcupine hair and dyed deer hair at the bottom here. That's what the yellow is. Then what we do is we wear 2 eagle feathers on our headdress. On the back here, what's called a scalp lock. Gruesome history, as we used to take the top of our enemies we're in battle with our enemies. We used to take the top of their heads off. So, and that's a fun that we used to put them on.
That's a cool headdress. Not bad.
So our men's traditional dancers, a lot of them have what's called a Neepawa or a war cry. Yeah, so that's, I don't know if you guys...
I do a little bit. So sometimes it takes the voice.
Yeah, it takes a lot. You have to throw your whole body into it.
You have a needle, Reese?
We also make our whole body dance. That's why everything has to dance. The whole body dance. No matter what style we dance, our whole body dances, our whole outfit dances.
So that's why we also have our what's called spinners. That's why they move around like that. When I'm dancing and I'm also bobbing my head, right?
I think your teacher is locked
Here we have our jingle just dancer. Hi. Yeah, so our jingle just dancer, as explained earlier, is a heathen dance. So when the girl put on this outfit, she started to dance. She was really sick to the point where she couldn't move. By the end of powwow, or the end of the song that she danced, she was moving. This dancer moving. And there's 365 jingles on her dress, which represents 365 pairs, one pair a day. For 365 days of the year. So, and they move, sometimes some of them have a fan or a scarf, and when the drums go in like this, they raise their fans up high so that to honor, that's honor, right?
The honor beat. They hit the drum real hard, they call it the honor beat. Honor, whatever you want to honor, or fans, or handkerchiefs. The handkerchief actually came from the Ukrainians when they came across the Great Waters. And today we carry on that tradition also. So it's all about helping each other throughout this world now. That's what we're here for now, just truth and reconciliation. To help us understand each other, what we're all going through. No matter what we are, we're all the same. We're all here together. We do this all for a reason. For a good reason, to share, to help each other, help each other understand what we're doing, what we do. We love doing this too. It's a way of life for us. One powwow summer, I never saw home for 2 months. I went from powwow to powwow to powwow, getting some of those contest prizes, all that. I probably maybe racked up maybe about close to 10,000 during the summer. For all competing,
I just dropped mine.
all the prize money. I saved up that money and helped out my grandparents with their business.
I got it.
It's all about helping each other out too. So this summer I went on to trail same as him, and I would pack my tent and my camping supplies and my regalia and my clothes for 3 days, and I would go from Friday till Sunday. I would get home and I would spend 4 days at home, and then every Friday I would do it all again. So this summer I traveled all over Manitoba, and I even went to one Saskatchewan powwow this summer too. 14 powwows this summer. So that's 14 weekends that I spent on not home. And I have 2 cats at home, so yeah, they spent a lot of time away. So when I'm sleeping at home, they come and cuddle me a lot because they miss me too. So, but yeah, I came home with about $400 every single weekend. I saved that and I put that towards the next weekend because I needed to eat. I needed, I needed gas money because gas was really expensive this year, which is unfortunate, but I did what I had to do to make that possible to go places because our dances are medicine. These outfits that we wear are medicine. This way of life is good to us because, it keeps us out of trouble. We're doing something good for our community. So by taking care of our outfits, these outfits become part of us. I don't know where I would be if I never had an outfit. I don't know where I would be in life. I'm very young, so it's very easy to find trouble. You guys ever feel like it's easy to find trouble? Yeah. So this is a hobby, this is a lifestyle that I chose to keep me out of trouble. So, and I've been through a lot too. I've lost a lot of friends. I've even lost my own parents. So there's a lot of things that we as Indigenous people endure on a daily basis. A lot of stress, a lot of heartbreak. So this life, this powwow lifestyle that we choose to take helps us. When we go to powwows, we feel good, right? We feel good to make others feel good, right? So that's why it's called good medicine, right? And so these outfits, when we take care of our outfits, they become part of us. They become part of who we are as a person. So we become one with our dance. So and that's why we choose certain dances that we want to dance, or sometimes we're told in a dream which dance you're supposed to dance. When I was 10 years old, I tried out the grass dance. I tried out all the dances. I tried to dance men's traditional, men's fancy. I tried to dance grass, but the one thing that I liked about grass was that it wasn't too fast, but it wasn't too slow. But what I liked about it was the energy. I liked to move around. I liked to spin. And so I practiced that from 10 years old to today. So it takes a lot of practice, but this is fun to practice. This is fun to do. So if you ever get a chance when you go home, look up powwow songs or something like along those lines and listen to that beat, listen to that drum beat, and then maybe like practice a couple steps, right? Tap your foot, see what you can do. Because there's no right or wrong way to dance. I don't think there is a wrong way to dance. Each one of us has a gift inside of us. Each one of you has an ability waiting to be used. So, go home and think about, we each, so go home and talk to your family about what you're seeing. Go home and talk to them and tell them, hey, I've seen a powwow dance. I wanna know more, So thank you very much for being here today. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak and to share more on a personal level. Because it's kind of hard to speak when there's so many people looking at you. So, thank you very much. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Wow, imagine dancing in that all day.
Yeah, thank you.
What type of feather is that?
These are spotted eagle feathers. So they come from a spotted eagle, which are actually kind of rare, yeah. So, and this is porcupine hair with dyed deer hair on the front there, and then this is porcupine quill work. So it's all handmade. This is all done. This is done on a loom. So you take a long string and then you tie strands of porcupine hair And then what you do is you tie it around a base, it's called, and it's yarn together.
Mm-hmm.
And then what you do with the spreader, this comes as a separate piece. You make your spreader in the shape of the base, and then what it does is it spreads out the spreads out the hairs. You can, and then you just attach eagle feathers, and you can decorate it with hair and whatever. So that's how that is done.
How long would it take from the start to the finished article?
I've never made one, but
No.
I would.
It's very time consuming.
Yeah, it would take probably anywhere between a couple weeks to a month or longer. Yeah. So.
Now, what do we have here?
This is what we call an eagle bustle.
Mm-hmm.
There's different variations of the bustle. These are all come from different eagles, but you can't tell because of how we fix them up with our work. Sometimes we'll use tape, sometimes we'll use yarn. I like using yarn. This has been made about 2008 and it's still intact.
Mm.
Yes, we look after our stuff looks after us.
So do you have to protect it from the weather and...
Yes, but sometimes we'll take them into a sweat lodge to get them cleaned.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pray over us. Pray over it so it can watch us also. It's a way of life.
Does rain affect it drastically?
Once in, if you leave it out in the rain too long, it will. I had a damaged feather, but I took it off because I'm fixing it.
Okay.
Yes.
Now what do we have in your hands there?
This one here is the wing fan.
And that's from an eagle?
It's also from an eagle, but this one is from a bald eagle from northern BC.
Mm-hmm.
This was one of my best trades. This here is my vest. I beaded my vest, and sometimes we given stuff. This is a mink.
Mm-hmm.
It actually came from a jacket because it has eyes on there.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We take our time with our beads. Sometimes one at a time. Sometimes 6, 8 at a time. We have a vision and we make our vision come true in beadwork all throughout. Sometimes we'll put our spirit name on our outfits here. That's what we call our spirit guide. And all our beadwork has to match with everything else. That's why that design is all over.
Mm.
Everything is very time consuming.
What feathers do you have in the headdress, if that's the right word?
Yes, it's also called a headdress or a dog soldier hat.
Mm-hmm.
These ones are pelican. The pelican, as always told, is the cousin to the sacred thunderbird. This has been with me since 1999.
Mm.
I've had it ever since I was a little boy. Yes, we also look after our stuff, everything. Yes.
Mm. And the moccasins, they're handmade as well?
These are actually slippers.
Okay.
Yes, I've had beadwork on there before, but all throughout the summer the beadwork was wearing out, and I'm in repair mode right now with some of my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's a very good way of life for us.
Yeah.
All summer, sometimes throughout the off season, we'll get invited to events like what we're doing right now. We have our knowledge that's been passed on to us from generation to generation. Very good way of life for us.
And your name is?
My name is Jason Michael Menta.
Okay.
I reside in the Wewesikapo First Nation.
Okay.
Originally from Long Plain.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But the reason why I'm in Wayway Sikapo is because that is where I was raised by my grandparents, and they showed me this way of life when I was a young child, and I've been keeping that on ever since. My grandfather taught me lots. He's not here with us now, but I still carry on those traditions that's been passed down.
Just one final question.
Yes.
The language you use, is it the same throughout the different nations that reside in Manitoba?
We have different tribes throughout the province. I myself am a Anishinaabe, Ojibwe. We have the Dakota brothers and sisters living in our province. They have a different language with the Anishinaabe, the Ojibwe. Further north, we have our Cree brothers and sisters. They have a little similarity in their language, but it's also different because they have their different ways of speaking and their different translations. Yes.
Well, thank you so much.
Yes.